Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Atmos Energy crews and contractors will oversee a controlled release of natural gas on Thursday between 7 a.m. and noon. The work will occur on Farm to Market Road 1537, approximately 1.5 miles east of the city of Silver Springs and State Highway 19. Crews will be working on a section of natural gas pipeline in the area as part of normal routine maintenance operations. The controlled release of natural gas allows employees to work safely on the pipeline. People in the area may smell the natural gas odor and hear moderate noise during the process. Atmos Energy will be on site to monitor the work as natural gas is vented into the atmosphere. There will be no Atmos Energy customers affected while maintenance work is being performed. This time his bond is $750,000. Jimmy D. Odell, age 59, is back in Hopkins County Jail for stalking. He was arrested on a warrant by Hopkins County deputy at a location on County Road 2389 around 1:30 p.m. on Tuesday. This is his fourth arrest for stalking since August 2nd of this year. Other incidents have also placed Odell in Hopkins County Jail. Those date back to April of this year. City Manager Mark Maxwell told the Silver Springs City Council that a team of 4 firefighters were exposed to floodwaters that possibly contained E. coli while assisting with Hurricane Harvey evacuation. The city employees were evaluated, tested, and are receiving precautionary medical treatment, with claims having been submitted to the insurer, the Texas Municipal League. He also reported that Moore Street concrete work is complete and Pampa Street construction has replaced the sewer line and is about to begin work on the water line. During the Silver Springs City Council meeting Tuesday night, the council approved all items on the agenda. Love's Travel Stop, to be located across Highway 19 from Pilot Truck Stop, will be required to install a 12-inch water main as a part of the plat approval. City Manager Maxwell noted to KSST News that the 2 agencies in the world that provide mapping information to all other GPS groups have been updated with the new configuration at State Highway 19, Interstate 30, and Hillcrest Drive. He stated that one has already contacted all the GPS groups that they work with. The other is in the process. Additional trucks are expected in that area with the building of Love's Travel Center. The Love's facility is planned to be larger than the pilot location. Crosstown Trail construction begins this week with approximately $200,000 in concrete being poured to connect Buford Park to Coleman Park. The walking trail was approved 2 years ago, and at least one of the 2 grants approved to fund the trail is now available. Work will begin at Buford Park, and it's hoped to be completed in that area before the annual Hopkins County Stew Contest. Payday lenders will also be regulated by an ordinance that passed on first reading. A second reading by the council is required before the ordinance can be enforced. Banks, lending institutions, and pawn shops are not affected by the ordinance due to federal and state controls. Payday lenders provide a predatory lending mechanism that often prevents the borrower to repay the original principal. The borrower is then stuck in a cycle of interest and loan costs. In the ordinance, payday lenders will be required to register with the city and keep books on loans. They will also be required, if providing installment loans, to credit 25% of each payment to the loan principal. The contract between the payday lender and the borrower must be written in the borrower's language. The state legislature has failed on several occasions to regulate payday lending. According to the Texas Baptist Christian Life Commission, payday lobbyists can be credited for failure to regulate. The TBCLC has lobbied for state regulations. Locally, steps will be taken by a group of churches to partner with an agency that provides small loans to individuals with smaller interest rates and an easier method of payback. Here's Don Julian with sports.
Both the Wildcats and Lady Cats cross-country teams qualified for the regional meet at the district meet Tuesday in Mount Pleasant. And I talked with cross-country coach Ross Hicks.
The girls finished third place. They raced first yesterday morning, and the boys finished in a close second for right behind Hallsville.
Yeah, just 4 points behind, huh?
Yeah, we knew it was going to come down to a matter of just a handful of places, a handful of points, and so it was very tight, and we knew it was going to be, and it was a fun race. And unfortunately, we came up just a little bit short. But I was proud of the way that they competed. I think everybody was focused, ready to go, and raced as hard as I could have expected them to.
Guys, I'm sure pointing to topping Hallsville when they get another shot in regional, right?
Definitely. When we have another shot, we know we have, we know that we can do it. I mean, when it's that close, it's just whoever shows up on that day and who wants it the most. So regionals, that'll definitely be one of the subplots to the story is getting another chance at Hallsville.
Let's talk about the way the guys finished.
Yeah. The guys or the girls?
No, let's start with the guys.
Okay, with the guys. We started with Landon Thornton. He had a great race. He finished second overall. I was very proud of the way he started. He started out just there was a group of about 4 guys who got out really fast, and he just stayed back about 25 meters. And I was a little nervous, but I knew that he had the ability to go get with them. And some of those guys kind of died back, and he went and got them. And it was fun to watch that. And then Peyton Vickery wasn't too far behind in 6th place. He's our senior. He ran a great race, really competed, and so they did exactly what we needed to. Then we had a group that was very close this was the group that was so close with Hallsville as well. Hallsville had 3 guys, and then we had 3 guys right behind them, and so it was very close. That group was led by Christian Palomino, right. Then Andrew Escobar and Eli Sellers, who got a little bit of a side stitch there towards the last mile of the race, but I was very proud of the way they finished. And then finally, Nabian Ramirez and Ed Ramirez also ran well. Everyone finishing in the top 20.
Right. Now let's talk about the ladies.
Absolutely. So the ladies again were led by Sydney Washburn. She had a good day. She might tell you that she got out to a quick start and really went to go run with the leaders, and it ended up fading just a little bit towards the end, but still had one of her personal best times and ran a really strong race to finish in 4th place for us. And then Bailey Arrington wasn't too far behind. She beat some people she hadn't beaten before. So I was proud of that, and she's just continued to get better and better. And then we had Caitlin Farrell. She ran one of her best races of this season as well. She's just getting more and more confident as we go, and just starting to enjoy it a little bit more. Then we had our senior Hannah Dixon, who she knew it was her last chance to race there at Mount Pleasant, and she took advantage. And about halfway through the race, she looked at me and was like, she looked a little tired, but then. And I gave her a little encouragement, and she really she focused back in and finished strong. And then our 5th place was freshman Landry McKinney, and she's been battling with a little bit of aches and pains, but she's really been doing well for us and come in there in 5th place. And then Ashley Noe and Samantha Vargas were our 6 and 7 runners.
And next now is regional, and that'll be coming up in a little over a week.
Yes, so Monday the 23rd is regional, so both teams finish in the top 3, so they both advance. So, we're looking for big things. Top 4 advance to state, and there's our region is a stout region. I'll be honest, it's a very stout region when you get into the Metroplex, but. We've competed against a lot of those schools when we go to meets like Lovejoy and Green Hill. So we know what's in front of us, and we know that if we compete to the level that we're capable of, we can compete to be hopefully somewhere in that range, and to give them some of those schools a run for their money.
Wildcats football coach Greg Owens had his weekly gathering with media members Wednesday morning, and I wondered how he was feeling about things with Texas High coming to the Prim Friday night.
I I think we got a great opportunity this week against T-High too.
Yeah.
We get to play them here. We don't have to go to the Grim. We don't have to talk about all the playing at the Grim stuff today and all that. We're going to play here, and so we're excited about that. But it's still about us doing the right things, taking care of business, paying attention to detail, and just ultimately making plays. It seems like some of the craziest stuff happens at the most unopportune moment. It's just crazy. I mean, what happens to us? So, but we've got to learn to continue to do that. One of the things that hurt us the other day was coming back out second half and stalling for about two drives there, and there was a fumble involved and all that, and those things just break your back and gives the other team momentum. So, we got to do that. We got to take advantage of some turnovers. Defensively, we got to create some more and do some things like that. But I mean, our kids are playing hard. They're getting after it. Again, we're just looking at that moment of it all clicking, and here we go. So, but I do again still think we're improving.
We are improving, but yet time's kind of running out. The clock's
Yes, sir.
ticking. Our
Yes, sir.
season's just more than halfway done now. So,
How do you-
go ahead, Don.
I'm sorry, I was going to hey, look at with practice, because that's practice. Saturday was cool day.
Practice is practice, but I mean, kids are working hard. I mean, it's the same stuff. I mean, we go every day. It's just it's the routine, and that's what we do. And yesterday was good because it was a cooler day, and we changed it up a little bit and came inside during the period, did some stuff, and jumped outside and just started grinding on the team and inside hull and all those kind of things. So cooler weather always makes it better.
What does the Texas High team look like with Coach Stanford compared to what we've seen under Barry Norton?
Well, it's still T-High athletes.
Yep.
I mean, they'll just be a little different. I mean, I don't anticipate them necessarily getting in too tight and just coming at you and slowing it down and grinding. I mean, they're going to get the ball to the big kid, Hunt out there. I mean, he's their big dog and the guy they got to get it to. And Clack's committed, I think, to North Texas. So they've got some play, got a quarterback and those guys. Their offensive line is averages probably about 6'2", 250. They don't have any giants like we've been playing on some of these guys, but they're still they do always do a good job at getting bodies on bodies, and that's what they've done in the past. You just kind of grind it on you and doing those kind of things. Again, we got to take advantage of the opportunities. We got to create some turnovers and do those things and not give up the big play on defense and offensively. Again, it's just being consistent at what we're doing. We're still working on that consistency, and just going. Right now, every possession, all these ball games have been extremely tight. Every possession, every first down is important and it's crucial.
Tristan was talking about they have a big quarterback, maybe not as big as Mallet, but he's a big guy. And Tristan kind of compared him to the Williams kid from Pine Tree when he came in to run, and they will run him, kind of the power run that gave us trouble in Pine Tree.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's kind of got those packages of all that stuff, and in today's game, you've got running quarterbacks. You've got to account for those guys, and so those are things we're concerned with, and we got to line up and play. Right now, there's nothing. Going back to your original question, compare this team to a Barry Norton team, there's really nothing any different. I mean, they're a little more spread. In years, Barry would be spread. I mean, we're all about the same. I mean, they're going to have a little beat-back guy in there that blocks and comes out, and then they'll get in their spread package and try to do all that stuff. So it's all quick passing game, nothing revolutionary. They're not lining up in any crazy, weird formation stuff that it's just normal stuff. It's about everybody just doing their job on every play. And so it's nothing that's really that much different than anything we've been seeing.
Are they 50-50 on running pass? Do they try to mix it up?
I mean they try to be as balanced as they can, and so yes, I mean they're pretty good. And when you get in the middle of all that, they're still going to run it. They're still going to eat the clock. They're still going to wear. I mean, they're a lot like us, very similar to us. And then they're going to take their shots when they can take them. Again, they're big on the slants. I mean, a short passing game, the slants, and I just watched Hunt, go about 70 on Marshall, just 'cause he's a big physical receiver that can run. So boom, he picks it and here he goes. So we just got to play well. They're going to catch balls. You can't prevent that, but we got to be able to tackle. We got to be able to tackle, line up, and do it for another play. And really, the only thing that's really defensively, I'll go back to last week. The only thing that really hurt us on defense was the big play. They kind of just out-athleted us at times, and our feet would die, didn't finish a tackle or whatever. So other than that, man, kids are playing hard and getting after it. So it's just better tackling on our part with there.
How they look on
Texas High defense, what are these sizes?
It's very similar to the way that when Barry was there, the way they played. I mean, they do a lot of tricks, not a lot of blitzing. They're just going to be pretty base. they're going to be in and odd, and where Barry's more of a 4-3 guy, so that's a little different. So, but they still walk guys up on the line of scrimmage, and at times they're going to get in some even, just like all of us do. And they're pretty vanilla. They're going to keep everything in front of you. They're going to say, you're not going to just outrun us. We're not going to give up the big play. So they're going to make you beat them. You know, I equate it sometimes to, you know, some of these defenses we've played, they want to keep everything in front of you. Just kind of back off, let you go, like a volley in tennis. Or you're just going to hit back and forth here until somebody forces an error, you know, so they just keep putting the ball in play and make you get another snap. You know, and they're just banking on you're not gonna, but they're gonna react and trigger quickly, and do all those things. So, but it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple, and then they've got some pretty good guys up there that are running around and doing it. And I know they like their defense a lot. I mean, they've done it, and it's still the same T-high athlete that can run around. You know, it's big, long, fast guys in the back end that can run, and always going to have an outside linebacker or two that can turn the heat up on you and come and be a great pass rusher.
Do they blitz or stunt much? You said
Pretty base. They're just running base. They're not really bringing a lot of heat. They pick their moments.
Anybody really stand out like you said? Any of those guys that
No,
Nathan Vasher's back there or anything?
No, Vasher's not standing back there. You know, their big time guys are really their offensive guys, the big name guys, which would be Hunt and Clack. Those are the big time guys they're doing. So, but again, the other guys, they can play. I mean, they get at you, and they're going to get at you.
Yeah, early in the season, the offense really struggled at first. I think they kind of had to find themselves, and the defense was having to keep them in ball games.
And they have. They've struggled. They're working through it. I mean, they're trying to figure out their personnel stuff at the same time. You know, I think they've been a little frustrated with their offensive line not being able to dominate the line of scrimmage and really get a running game going. So they've had to depend on their passing game quite a bit. And then some of the folks they've played have been able to walk up in their face a little bit and give them a little more trouble. So it's tough squeezing those balls in there sometimes when guys are in your face and you can't win every time, and guys maybe doubling Hunt a little bit more. And so yeah, it's been a struggle for them a little bit.
Looks like they use a 3-man line on defense.
Yeah, they're odd.
But they almost always bring a fourth guy kind of
as
a blitzer.
On a passing down, you'll always bring a fourth guy. You have a fit guy, the inside linebacker, outside linebacker somehow. One of those guys will fit. We do the same thing with our system too. So you try to get the fourth rusher coming in from some direction.
Now they haven't seen a 3-man line, I don't believe, this year. Tristan said it was kind of hard to tell what they were trying to do because they hadn't faced any 3-man line. They've all been even fronts they played. So that was kind of a inside baseball kind of thing, but it's tough when coaches.
Yeah, it is to get exact look on what he's doing. But I mean, they're still a zone team. I mean, they're going to zone you and they're going to do all that stuff. So I mean, it's only so many ways you can block that. So we got a pretty good idea. But they're going to fold us? They're not going to fold us? Are they going to? I mean, you got all those schemes that we played and we're prepared for, and we just got to be able to react to once we get in the ball game.
I think y'all match up. I'm sorry. I think y'all match up for size and everything. You said their line is about average.
I think we're pretty similar. You know, I mean, overall they're faster than we are. I mean, and their length and their secondary, all that. But I mean, line wise, I think it's pretty comparable. This is not again a line that's a massive line like we've been seeing with the other guys. They more our size. You know, when you start talking about the length of all that stuff. So yeah, I think pretty comparable.
Yeah, I think I averaged them up at 247, and last week Marshall was 298. But they're big guys.
Yeah. What's keys, Coach? Well, every week says keys.
Well, I said consistency on offense. We got to be consistent, and just and take our shots when we can take our shots, and try to stay ahead of the chains. First down for us is always key. I think offensively, if we can get 4 to 6 yards, I mean that gives us a lot of options on second. We are struggling when we get in third and longs, and so that puts a lot of pressure on us when we're doing that. Just trying to hold up against when these guys do heat us up. That got us in a bind, and it's been trouble for us all year. So then defensively, again, what I said a while ago, we got to tackle. We got to line up, we got to tackle. Just not giving up the easy one. Make them earn it. Again, trying to prevent the big play. But again, you say, well, how do you do it? Well, you got to be consistent on what you're doing. 23 got loose on us last week. Well, A guy didn't blitz, it was supposed to blitz. Another guy was a little out of position, gave him a little room, and next thing you know, he's the fastest kid on the field, and we're not catching him. Yep. And so, it's the detailed stuff is really what we've been hammering with them this week. Be detailed in everything that you do, and but again, we're playing hard. I mean, you can't. I'm not faulting any effort anywhere. It's just us at that moment making the right play at the right time and keep battling.
He had said something in an email to me that it sounds kind of like what you're saying. He said they don't feel like they've put 4 quarters together.
Yeah.
And I know that you have consistency. You could like to have a second quarter like you had, second half like you had the first half.
Exactly. I mean, it's finishing ball games. It's doing that. We are very similar. I mean, we really are. I mean, we're both kind of sitting in the same boat somewhat, but we both lost to Marshall. Here he is. He had a week off, so here we are still trying to fill each other out and do that. So. If I'd evaluate overall, they got better team speed. Everywhere else across the board, I think we're fairly comparable as far as it goes. So pretty similar, pretty equal. Again, we talked about 2 weeks ago, it's going to be a tight district. I mean, it's just ball games are going to be that way. Now we got that one got away from us last week, but I mean, midway through we still got opportunity right here to striking distance. And then we started having to get a block punt and 2 of them returned, so we give up 14 points on punt team. And so those things are frustrating for you. But other than that, it's going to be a tight year.
The Lady Cats volleyball team defeated Greenville in dominating fashion 3-0 Tuesday night. After the match, I talked with Lady Cats coach Justin Manus.
I was really impressed with the way we played. I thought we came out and we played consistent. When we got up, we stayed up. We passed the ball well. We protected the net well, and we served very well. Kaylee Jefferson started finding her swing about that third set. She was putting balls through the floor, and we found a bunch of open spots against them, and we're playing really smart ball, and we need to going into Friday.
Is it tough to play when it's so quiet in here?
You know what? That's one of those things in volleyball. If you're way up, everybody's quiet. When you're up and it's close, everybody's loud. So it's just one of those deals. I talk to my bench. It's part of their responsibility to at least give us some energy.
Yeah, it felt like an 8 o'clock tournament game over in Wills Point.
Yeah. It felt like an early morning game, exactly what it felt like.
Tremendous serving runs today. I think you had 2 or 3 people in that first set had long runs. I think Erica Van Bentham had 7 in a row.
She had 7. I know Ann Hammock got us up to a quick 4-0 start, and then Erica got back there, and she has a really good drop serve. And when she's on, it's dangerous.
Enda not only started it, but she finished it with about a 5.
Yeah, she did. Her float serve's looking really good right now.
What impressed you at the net?
Just the way I thought Mika played really well. She got up and was aggressive with players. I thought our right side block took away their hitter's lane, and that frustrates hitters. We only wanted to hit one direction, and that was our game plan. I thought they did a really good job at doing that. I thought we kept them out of system, meaning that they had to hit a lot of balls from back row. They weren't able to attack from the front row, and that's a real big part of volleyball.
When you're the underdog like them, you kind of sneak in and you hope you have a chance to kind of steal one. But Lady Cats had said none of that. They just were dominating.
You know what? And I kind of expected Greenville to come in. They're a really, really defensive team. But I just thought we stayed too aggressive with them tonight and just kind of shut them down.
And the soft stuff, too, soft finishes just in big open spaces.
Yeah, we look at tipping to that 4 whenever we can, that tip over to the short spot there. And I think we scored between 8 and 10 times on that. And a kill's a kill, whether you tip it, free ball it, or put it down. If it hits the floor, it's a kill.
That's absolutely right. Now, this atmosphere, I think, totally different coming up Friday. Texas High with their animated coach in here. And, this is going to be a real good volleyball game Friday at 4:30.
I'm expecting a crazy match. I'm expecting a lot of energy from both teams. I think both teams know kind of what's at stake, and we're still waiting to hear about what happened in Hallsville. Hallsville and T-High played tonight at Hallsville, so we're waiting to see what happened there. If Hallsville beats T-High tonight, then it's open game come Friday. It's a very, very important match.
Hallsville did beat Texas High Tuesday night. The Lady Cats can tie Texas High for first place with a win Friday. The Wildcats team tennis squad ended their season on a positive note with a 10-9 victory over Pine Tree at the Wildcat Tennis Complex on Tuesday. Perhaps the decision maker was a victory by the Wildcats mixed doubles team. I talked with Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez.
They've been very successful. Aaron Lucas and Heather Harris, very happy with this team. They've really, they were the closer, they were the decider of this match yesterday, because if we didn't have that mixed doubles, then it would have been Pine Tree's win,
Yeah.
So we were really happy. And those two really did play hard yesterday, too. We're really happy with that.
Your guys really stepped up. All of them won doubles matches and won singles matches, and they had to win them all to, as you say, 10-9. It had to happen.
Yes, and some struggled through some of their matches. Like I said, we talked with Alex Benitez. He said he really wasn't comfortable. The kid was really playing some a little bit above his head, but still playing some good points with Alex, and he managed to get through that tiebreaker and win 7-6 in the first set, and then he was a little bit more in control in the second set at 6-4. And then the rest of the team, they really played just strong, just like usual, very mentally tough. Everybody, so even with the girls' side, no, we didn't win any matches on the girls' side, doubles or singles, but what they did bring was still positive attitude and total, effort. The girls still were just playing each point very competitively.
It's really, I hate to kind of do a wrap up with losing seniors and all that, because you really still have another season out there in the spring.
Right. We do have spring tennis coming up, and that's an individual tennis. But it's getting back to the team tennis, which we are fortunate. We're only losing one senior this year, and that'll be Alex Benitez.
He's a good one.
He's a good one. And then we do have two girls who just joined the team this year as seniors, and, Jasmine Cruz and Alicia, Lysinger. Those girls came in, and we will lose those, but I think we'll be okay on the girls' side because we're a young bunch, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and we're still talented with the 5 super sophomores that I say, on the boys' side too. So, it hurts. The captain, Alex Benitez, will be, missed through the team season, but he's with us till the end of the year, and, we're looking forward to, landing him a college scholarship.
Yeah. Your 2 seniors that came out, don't you wish you had a couple more years with those girls? They got great attitudes and, really just helped the team so much and won some matches. It's been great to watch them.
Well, their maturity really helped the girls' team since they were young, and with them coming in, I'm glad that the young girls accepted them coming in as the first year, but it would have been just amazing if we could see what these girls could have done in another 3 more years if they'd have started with their freshman year, because they came out here with the fire and they were ready to play from day one. So it's sad, but they still learned a game for a lifetime, and that was the bottom line. What we were going to learn out of this whole thing was, for those senior girls, you're going to learn, a lifetime sport.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
I'm ready. You ready, Don?
Let's roll. We're going to talk about the upcoming game with the old buddies, Texas High Tigers. Coach, the Tigers coming to town one more time.
How do you feel about things, Coach?
Well, I'd like to have a few wins under our belt, but we kind of, got our, I don't know if our backs are completely against the wall yet, but it's getting a little tight. So we got to, continue to, like I told them yesterday, all I know to do is to keep working, because we're doing some good stuff, but we sometimes are our own worst enemy. I thought we played really well the first half at Marshall. We did a great job controlling the ball, controlling the clock, controlling the game, getting first downs, playing good defensively, and then time to wake up, Don.
It's helping me leave the office to be here. Okay, I'm sorry. To interrupt.
You're late then. It's 32.
Hey, I know it's on Greg Owens' time. That doesn't mean 9:30.
Huh?
I know Greg Owens' time doesn't mean 9:30.
What does it mean?
5:10 at least.
Oh, okay.
9:25.
You're really late then. But anyway, and then, there were about 3 games. I think we talked about that on Saturday morning. There were some plays in there that kind of just changed the tide of that. But then second half, weren't able to overcome it. So, we're just we've been in that for several ball games where we kind of just lose it and we can't go back and regain the lead at times, and we've lost some tight ball games. And so, it's one of those deals where we had some opportunities on that, we just couldn't take care of them. So we've got to learn to kind of finish and continue to go and that kind of stuff. But we're getting better to continue to improve. So, I definitely see that. So it's just kind of that breakthrough moment of here we go and let's get one. So, again, I think we got a great opportunity this week against T-High, too. We get to play them here. We don't have to go to the Grim. We don't have to talk about all the playing at the Grim stuff today and all that. We're going to play here, and so we're excited about that. But it's still about us doing the right things, taking care of business, paying attention to detail, and just ultimately making plays. It seems like some of the craziest stuff happens at the most unopportune moment. It's just crazy. What happens to us? So, but we've got to learn to continue to do that. One of the things that hurt us the other day was coming back out second half and just stalling for about two drives there, and there was a fumble involved in all that.